The Jael Finishing School for Ladies, Etiquette for Dangerous Women, by Jaime Hope McArdle, read by the author. Chapter 1. Boot Camp. I never heard the story of Jael as a little girl in Sunday school. I can imagine why not. I don't remember it from summer Bible camp either. Once I came into adulthood, when the story is more age-appropriate, I had quit seeking the Bible as my roadmap and had securely locked Jesus in the trunk. A couple years ago, when I realized I had gotten so off track, I was lost beyond my understanding and almost plunged off some cliffs, I began digging for a better navigation system. I did an audio Bible from Genesis to Revelation, desperate for insight. So I'm certain the story was included, but I did not particularly remember it. For as many people I've met who have a Bible, or know it exists, or who thinks they know what it contains, sadly fewer have opened one up and read much of it for themselves. I'm still finding new layers in the stories, and I'm amazed with continual new insights, lessons, and layers each time I open mine. There's no book like it in the world. It is as close as we come to real magic, a living text that upon opening, you never really know what'll leap out, grab hold of you, shift your thinking, and sometimes your very life. It's like a pair of glasses. It's not for looking at, it's for looking through. Digging into the Bible brings life around you into focus, and once you can see through truth, and it all begins to make sense, you wonder why other people still bump into things and walk around in confusion. The glasses are free, at least in this country at the time of this writing, for the taking. And once you're able to navigate with less damage, you can't imagine going back. It's one of the most dangerous books in print that way. Why else is it so controversial? Why else do so many people own a copy but never open it? Why else are there deep unseen powers working overtime to ensure humans are adequately distracted by anything else? Work commitments? Family responsibilities? More sleep? Parties? Friends? Alcohol? Drugs? Shopping? Eating, traveling, social media, binge-watching TV episodes. The best way for the jailer of the dark places to keep people in confusion is to distract with good things. The things that occupy our time can be so deceptive. There seems to be a formula ensuring that people have at least one Bible, or even better, a collection of them on a shelf somewhere, yet no time to open one. And if the time does present, the second barrier is to feel overwhelmed by when, where, and how to begin. In places where this dangerous living book is outright banned, people risk their lives to pass around small sections and chapters from within it and read it as if their very lives depend on it, usually memorizing as much as possible because merely possessing these writings can mean imprisonment. Literally hiding the words in their hearts, they forgo sleeping and eating to get a taste of what these pages hold. It brings light into dark places and life into dead things. They have felt its power. It is most often not until we find ourselves in our own dark and dead place and have tried almost everything else that in desperation we begin to get serious about this search. It was during my years of great struggle that I read Judges 4 and the story came off the page in an entirely new dimension. It was the culminating hard year, following many challenging ones. Looking back, it was the most difficult year I faced. The future I had envisioned, which was built on a shaky foundation of sifting sand, was dissolving into a black hole and seemed threatening to suck me away with it as well. I knew deep down that God was leading me through dark hallways out of the prison I'd navigated myself into, and that it was His will alone that kept me from being sucked into the vortex of nothingness that was taking much of my life as I knew it. Two things I now realize in hindsight. I only lost what was necessary to walk into healing and wholeness, and I could never lose myself or what truly matters because I belong to the one who made me, and He holds it all together in His hands. There seems to be a moment in the crack of the day, that little fleeting moment between waking and sleeping. A moment when the spiritual and the physical seems like a feather's touch, a baton being passed from one state to the next in the spirit. That moment has brought messages of deep meaning. Great insights have come in those seconds before I'm fully awake to the day. One morning, in the middle of the year of great struggle, During the week, I had read the story of Jael, Deborah, Barak, and Sisera. I woke up with the thought that I was in training. This was my boot camp year. I began a mostly awake conversation with that whisper in my spirit. You are in finishing school. That's a strange way to see it. Finishing school is a place where you learn things like serving high tea and making pleasant, innocuous conversations to carry yourself with correct posture and become a lady. I feel like I'm being held underwater until I think I might die, and then pulled out, tossed onto shore, and then sent hiking, soaking wet, up a cold mountain, barefoot, shot at, have to duck for cover, then run back down, and repeat it all the next day, bruised and bloody, but somehow still alive. That is because this is the Jael finishing school for ladies. It's where you learn what is necessary to become a freedom fighter. Explain. You are a daughter of the Creator King of the universe, the one who commands the angel armies. You have been chosen and brought into his royal family. You are now princess and warrior. You must learn peace, diplomacy, beauty, sacrifice, and service, along with the weapons of war to defeat the powers of darkness around you. You are in both boot camp and finishing school at the same time. Think of it as the Jael finishing school for ladies. Okay, that does sound like the experience my life has become. It would make a fantastic book title too, would it not? And laughing out loud while getting up from my bed to start the day, I replied, yes, it would.